happy Thursday evening, everyone. Probably afternoon where our guests are at, but what can I say? It is dark here, I can say that. And today we are bringing in December, rocking it in with two of the ladies from the Iron Maidens, the all female tribute band, Kirsten Rosenberg and Wanda Ortiz. And let's just say, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you.
So,
Happy to be here.
thank you. I was actually
Thank you
reading
for
up a
being here.
little bit. I was reading up a little bit, and the Iron Maidens have been around for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely quite impressive, I have to say. So,
It is.
so I have to ask.
I was going to say, we were talking in the beginning, and I'm like, we grew up, Greg and I grew up in like the one-hit wonder decade. It's like, I have mad respect that you guys have been at this for 20 years. Total mad respect for that.
Well, hey, look at me. I'm just a kid. You know I couldn't have been in the band for 20 years. But I actually, all right, I'm an old fart, but I wasn't in the band the whole time. But Wanda was there at the beginning.
Y'all have been around a while.
Wanda's been in the band since the beginning.
Well, I joined the band after maybe the 13th or 14th show, but yeah, it was almost 20 years ago.
So you were 12 at the time?
Just a child, yeah.
I'm trying.
It really was.
Well, one thing I have to ask is, what inspired y'all to get into music? What was y'all's big inspiration? Because everybody has a story with music.
You want to go first, Wanda?
I actually started playing when I was 9. I just really liked music back then. The school had an orchestra program, and I just wanted to play anything. So they didn't have I originally wanted to play the cello, but the school didn't have any more or any violins. They only had a lone double bass, so that's what I ended up with, and I'm still playing bass to this day.
Very nice. Kirsten?
Okay, so I did not have any great musical aspirations as a kid. I was a music fan, and I was excellent lip syncer, and actually I did play the French horn. I was pretty good at that, but I wasn't any special gifted singer. I was actually pretty crappy. But as an adult, I thought it would be fun to take voice lessons. Just because once you're an adult, you're kind of past the embarrassment stage. Like I was like, I don't care that I suck. It'll just be fun, and I'll do it for me. And Steve Whiteman from Kix gave lessons. I was living on the East Coast, and so I took lessons with him for like 3 years, and it was a game changer, and he was an amazing teacher. And then I got the courage up to try to join some bands, and one thing led to another, and I found out about the Iron Maidens, and I threatened to kill them if they didn't let me join the band. And here I am.
That was funny because one of the concerts that I actually went to was down here in Houston was Rat, Brittany Fox, and Kix.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm one of those that's multi-genre. I think I have to say multi-genre. I used to listen to Iron Maiden when I was in high school, and Metallica, and all the bands. But I think September 12th is when my heart and soul turned, when Alan Jackson did his one song for country, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning?
Wow.
That was actually my turning point, but that doesn't mean I don't listen to everything still.
Yeah.
And I've actually gone to YouTube and looked up some of your videos, and I have to say, I actually did a comparison of y'all with Iron Maiden, and the sound was dead on. And I was I was impressed with that. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Y'all
Thanks.
definitely do justice to all of the classic songs, as well as some of the obscure songs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's a labor of love, that's for sure. You must have seen some good quality videos, because man, there's a lot of crappy sounding videos. It's been because everyone posts everything. They'll be standing right at the foot of the stage, and the sound is awful. They're doing it through their phone or whatever, and then it's just like,
Yep.
You know, so I'm
I
glad
got
you
one
heard
that was
something
actually
that
high
sounded great.
def. I actually
Oh,
got one that
cool.
was a high def. It took me a
Oh, good.
long time to find it, but I found it.
We grew.
So since
thank you.
Wanda was there toward the beginning,
Yep.
what made you guys pick Iron Maidens to be the tribute band to? And what got you guys started, as far as picking what route to choose from?
Well, at that point in time, we were all actually just looking for a fun side project. We all had other bands and jobs, and we were just looking for something fun to just play out every once in a while. And we all happened to be, we loved Iron Maiden. We all loved Iron Maiden, so we thought that'd be great. We had a different singer at the time. She had a co-ed Iron Maiden tribute band. And so she just decided to make it all female. And we had already known each other through playing with friends and acquaintances. And that was pretty much how that came about. We never planned on it being a touring project. It was mainly started as just a fun thing. But after the first few gigs, we just started getting phone calls. And yeah, now this project keeps us busy. You just never know when something, might work. So we were surprised. We're like, this is like an all-female tribute, right? And they're like, yeah. So anyway, that's how that came about.
Very
That's
cool.
definitely got to be fun. So, what's been some of y'all's favorite moments when y'all been up on stage?
Oh, I got
Either
one.
Okay.
Okay. Really, I mean, every time we play, it's a joy. You don't always play under the most perfect circumstances, maybe something, having to do with some technical issue or sound issue. But I mean, just the pure joy of sharing the experience with fellow Iron Maiden fans. So let me just state that off the top. But the total bucket list moment was when we got to play, or I should say Paul Diano sat in with us when we were playing in London, and he sat in for a couple of songs, and we were right there on the stage with
There
him,
he is.
and he sounded phenomenal, and it was just like, I cannot believe I am sharing the stage right now, with the original singer of Iron Maiden. It was just my
I don't know that I'd be able to speak, let alone sing. So
Oh my God.
It was tough. I might have pooped my pants. I might have.
might have had a heart attack or two, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Paul has scheduled several shows in Texas, but they never came to fruition for some reason.
I know he's had issues for whatever reason, either coming into the country, or one time he was here and there was a snowstorm, and anyway, yeah. But he's definitely worth checking out.
Okay, Wanda, what about one of your favorite moments?
So sorry about my phone did something weird. My favorite moment, one of my most memorable moments, was when we shared the stage with Steve Harris's daughter, Lauren Harris. We all played in Mexico City at the Hard Rock Cafe, and of course, Steve came to support his daughter, but surprisingly, he stayed for our set too. Bruce Dickinson was also in the audience, so it was a little bit nerve-wracking seeing them there in the audience, but we pulled it off, and afterwards Steve came up to us and let us know that he enjoyed the show. So I mean, I guess it can't really get better than that. That was definitely
So you had approval from the Iron Maiden themselves.
Well, I don't know that I'd be so far to go so far to say that. He said he liked us, so I guess that's an approval, right?
So Trevor wants to know where you guys are playing next.
Arizona.
Oh, well, yeah, Arizona. We're in Tempe and then Phoenix, or the other way around. It's at the Marquee one night, and Encore, which I think is we're in Tucson. God, I'm that. See, I got to check my cheat sheet.
So where's your phone?
I don't know where we are. I don't know where I am. Hold on.
But we did figure out, when are you guys coming to Texas now? I think we figured that out before we came on.
January.
That's January. Not far off.
January.
Awesome. And where is it they're going to be?
In Texas.
They're going to be
January 13th. We're going to be at Cooters Pub in Eagle Pass. I'm sure that's how you have to say it, right? Sam's Burger
I'm
Joint
definitely sure.
in San Antonio. The Backyard Bar in Waco.
There you
And
go.
Trees in Dallas. And that starts on January 13th and runs through that weekend. So, yay.
Got
But
it.
to answer the previous person's question, to be correct, actually tomorrow, Friday it is, we're in Tempe, Arizona at the Marquee Theater. And on Saturday, we're at Encore in Tucson.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Now, tell them that Gilligan says hi from Robert O'Malley.
Mhm.
Don't know who that is. But where can
That was-
people find out more about you guys online and like your schedule and stuff?
Oh,
see.
yeah, definitely. Well, you know, we have our website, the Iron Maidens .com, ironmaidensofficial.com. But really, I think the social media is probably better. You know, we're on all the socials, Facebook, it's the Iron Maidens Official, Instagram. Yeah. What else? Again, old lady here. What are the kids?
Twitter.
What are the social
Twitter,
things? Not MySpace. I
Instagram.
know that much. But
No, but I
between
remember
Facebook and Instagram.
MySpace. I do
Who's in
remember
charge?
MySpace.
Who's
Yeah,
in
right.
charge of all your social media?
Well, actually, we all have various jobs within the band, and it's mostly Nikki,
Okay.
our Davina Murray, and with help from Linda, our Nico McBrain. You know,
That's
who
right.
handle the social media, because God knows I suck at it clearly.
Yeah, I'm not that good at it either.
Yeah,
I
we're
can
like
tell.
social
Having all these-
media tards.
Well, James Chisholm wants to know if any of you guys play air guitars as well.
Oh my gosh, Kirsten.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty fucking good at it. I play left-handed, so not everybody can play my air guitar, you know. But I can play behind my head. I can swing that shit around. I play air bass. I play air drum.
I've threatened to do
shred.
drums for one of the Comic Cons that Elle was going to be at, but
That's
I told him
right.
I'd have to have a lot of margaritas before that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy.
The only reason I'm a singer is because I sucked at everything else. I call myself an expert beginner guitar player because I did take guitar lessons as a kid for many years, and I never progressed past being a total beginner who sucked. So yeah, that's why I'm
So
a
there's
singer.
that.
Yeah.
And but you were good on the French horn, right?
I kicked ass on the French horn. I was first chair. I want to bring that shit back. Seriously.
I did Guitar Hero. What can I say?
I did a trumpet,
Okay.
so it's kind of unique to run into
Oh.
somebody else who was brass.
I was
so
saxophone.
Okay, yeah.
I could see
What were
that.
you?
I was
Elle, what
trumpet,
were
he
you?
was
Oh.
saxophone, you said.
Oh, okay. Hey, we could have like some kind of weird little jam band among us.
Yeah, little combo.
Yeah.
As long as it's on the Xbox, I'll do good.
Well, now I've graduated to, I can do piano, I can do trumpet, but I'm working on a violin, and yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet, though. It kind of sounds like a cat scratch, but
Well, I don't know if you guys know that Wanda is actually an acclaimed musician who plays in orchestras and symphonies and
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna
nice.
toot your horn. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
she's real. She's legit. She is legit. So
So
we're
I'm
having
gonna
music.
toot your horn if you don't.
We're having music envy.
there we go. Are we going to hear you in some of these scores for some of these Marvel movies coming up?
Oh, I wish. Actually, I wish I could do more orchestral stuff, but the band actually keeps me busy. So I have a main symphony I play in, and so I try to have the band work around those dates. But it's hard for me to take other work. Otherwise, then they can't play. So anyway, I'm trying to just have the best of both worlds. The girls are kind of keeping. Oh, well, I think that project keeps everybody busy. So it's hard to do a lot of other things in addition to. But we all manage to do a little bit on the side.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you, what other interests do you have outside of Iron Maiden?
What other instruments?
Interests.
Oh, interests. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Well, I do play in the symphony orchestra and with different chamber groups in the Southern California area. I was on a CD with Bruce Dickinson's old keyboard player, Miss Syria. So I recorded bass guitar for that. I did some bass guitar on a Halloween CD. I've also got a second career in technology, so I do that. I keep pretty busy. The whole band does. Kirsten does stuff with animals and very active with, animal rescue groups. And
Nice.
come on, Kirsten.
And now she's tuning your
Okay.
horn. So,
I'm tuning your horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my passion outside of the band is our animals. Actually, we are a band full of animal lovers. We truly
awesome.
are. We're all kindred in that way. And certainly we have a whole menagerie here. I'm wearing my farm gear right now. We have a mini horse, a donkey, chickens, dogs, cats. We did have a pig. She passed, sadly. But I know. And they're all rescues. They're all adopted. As I mentioned before we got started, I'm vegan. That's a passion of mine, but I feel very strongly about. Yeah. And also hookers and blow. I'm totally into hookers and blow.
Oh,
That's an
Anubis,
interesting mix. I'm like,
Yeah.
Anubis, usually our Thursdays and Friday shows are usually late. Or not late, but evenings.
Anubis is one of us who joins us from Twitch, and he is great with dad jokes.
Yes.
He's
our
like the
dad
dad
person.
jokes extraordinaire.
What a talent. Very
Yes.
He gets
admirable,
us cracking
enviable.
up.
I'll
So,
take
Elle,
good dad jokes
questions?
any day. Oh,
Wait,
somebody's missing him.
hold on.
There you are.
There you go. Try
Can you hear
again,
me?
L. Yep, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
So, which era of Iron Maiden are you more familiar with or enjoy more? The older or some of the newer?
You mean as just as fans or what we do in the band?
As fans and the songs that you choose.
Well, I'll go first. Well, as a fan, I mean, I love it all. Yeah, I have my favorites. They tend to be stuff that's 80s, 90s, actually,
Sorry.
and in the early 2000s. But that's me personally. And the newer stuff is great too. I mean, they're like Energizer bunnies, Iron Maiden. They just keep putting out quality material. It's just phenomenal, their longevity. As a band, though, we cover everything from the beginning all the way through Dance of Death is I think the most recent album. Right, Wanda? Oh,
And we lost her.
She just lost.
Yeah.
And Robert O'Malley wants to know if y'all know when y'all are coming back to Kansas City again. Or is that too far?
We don't have Kansas City on our schedule right now, and I believe me, no one would love to get back there more than me. But actually, Linda has family there, and I have family there, and I love Kansas City. And you're reminding me to harass our booking agent to get us back in Kansas City ASAP.
So that brings me to a question. How much control do you guys have over your schedule at all? Any?
Oh, I mean, well, we can say, basically, we have amazing agents with big time entertainment, and they're always hustling, and they want to keep us working all the time. So we always can say, oh, we can't do those dates, or somebody in the band has a blackout. But otherwise, we truly have the luxury of having great agents, and the offers come in, and they not only field incoming offers, but they are very proactive in getting us gigs.
You're
So,
getting you guys kind of centralized because you said you're all in Arizona, and then for Texas, you're all in a Texas area, so you're not like bouncing all over the country all the time.
right. I mean, typically, yeah. Sometimes we'll do longer, runs where we'll cover several states in a pass, and sometimes they're just like a long weekend or a shorter weekend, like this weekend in Arizona, and sometimes they're weeks long tours. That's mostly when we go out of the country. Yeah, they can extend much longer. But we're blessed. We're really blessed to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Wanda, did you want to answer Elle's question?
Oh, about the music. Sorry, my phone cut out and I had to get back on there.
We lost Elle.
We just lost Elle. But
Okay, we'll do a quick dad joke. Which is faster, hot or cold? Hot because you can catch a cold. That's awesome.
Whoa! I'm gonna say I might
That's
have
our
to reuse
Anubis.
that one on stage. I might have to take that material.
There, I think he's trying.
He's trying.
There he is.
Hey.
Okay.
Now this way so Elle can hear.
Wow,
The question.
something happened. Everything just went blank.
You just went and took a poop.
Well, she didn't answer the question. We did a dad joke, so now she can answer your question while you're here.
Was that about the 80s?
Yes. Well, about which type of music you like.
Which
Iron Maidens.
I like a lot. I think I like the earlier stuff better, like most fans do. I like the newer stuff too. As far as playing, we stick with the older music because that's well, everybody can hear the new stuff from the real deal. So why would they want to hear us play it when they can hear the real band do it? So we stick with the older stuff on up to maybe even Blaze Bayley years, and I think Dance with we do even ones like after that too, but mostly older, like 20 years or more ago. I don't know. Wouldn't you think, Kirsten? Occasionally we'll throw in a newbie, but not very much.
Well, I mean, it's funny. What seems new because their career is so long. Like to me, like new, like Brave New World,
I was
or
thinking
Dances
that
of
too.
Death. But that's not even new anymore. That's like decades old. So
I know. I have to stop myself when I'm thinking, wait a second, that's not really that new. So
no.
Yeah, you're right.
You're old when you're old when 20 years doesn't seem that long ago, but it actually is.
Oh no.
20
Well,
years
that was
ago.
only in 1990 or 2000. You do realize that's 20 to 30 years old.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here talking about the music from the 80s.
So Trevor wants to know, what is your favorite song to play?
Oh, that's a good one.
You go, Wanda.
We all have more than one. I've got more than one. I like playing Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Lost for Words, The Duelist, Flash of the Blade. There's so many. It's kind of like asking somebody, which one's their favorite child or something. I don't know. How about you, Kirsten? Is there
that's a perfect way to describe it. Yeah, I say this again. I cannot pick one favorite. I cannot do it. But I will name one that we've been doing lately that I really love doing, and that is drum roll.
That one right there. That song.
Feel the anticipation building.
That was a great intro.
Stranger in a Strange Land. Thank you.
There we go.
Good deal. So I know y'all are located in different areas. How long does it? I don't want to say, do y'all meet in one area and then go to these cities, or do y'all just meet at that city
Airport.
itself? Airport.
At the airport.
So it's not the tour bus anymore, seems.
So where are you guys spread from? Where are you guys at? I know, Wanda, you said you were South California?
Yeah, Los Angeles area.
Okay. Where's everybody from that's on the band? Just curiosity.
We're all within an hour or two of each other.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, we're all Southern California based, generally LA-ish. But LA is so huge, so you can still be like 2 hours apart from each other. That's where we are now. It's not where we all hail from, but that's where we are now.
Kind of like the Houston scene. It's like 2 hours to get 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, totally. Yep. Texas is right there with us on that.
Well, fun fact, and I said this on other shows. My husband used to live in San Diego, Carlsbad area. It took us the same time to drive from Carlsbad to El Paso, Texas, as it took for us to drive from El Paso, Texas to our home in East Texas.
Wow.
Wow.
Fun
Yeah,
but fact, but
Wow.
true.
Yeah,
That's how big Texas is.
880 miles across. I've done that drive once. Never again.
So yeah, that's how big Texas is.
It's big.
It's interesting.
Here's an interesting question. So when did you discover Iron Maiden when you were growing up?
That's a trick question. That's trying to find out how old we are. That's lady. All right, look, I'm gonna come clean. Unfortunately, when Power Slave came out,
Oh,
I was just an
very good.
infant. No, I wasn't an infant.
I was
But
born.
Power Slave. That's when I first was introduced to Iron Maiden.
Okay. And what was your favorite Power Slave song?
Oh.
Mm.
Ooh, I love. That's one of my favorite albums still to this day.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I love Power Slave. I love Flash of the Blade. I love Back in the Village. Oh, I just can't pick one favorite off that.
Well, here's one for y'all both.
Oh wait,
I
Miss
know
Wanda
y'all.
still needs to answer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's okay. I mean, I actually found out about Iron Maiden in high school. When they were passing out bass parts, I was in the performing groups then. I was kind of getting a lot of boring bass parts, so I would be jealous of the other instrumentalists and kind of bummed out about my instrument because, I would just be getting the bread and butter parts, So, one of my friends turned me on to Iron Maiden and just said, hey, check out these bass lines. And that's how I became an Iron Maiden fan. I'm like, oh, wow, this looks like really fun and interesting to play for a change. And there you have it. So that's how I found out about them. I did really like them. So
good deal.
Well, I know y'all played all over, and I know y'all played overseas, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
What's some of y'all's, I would say, going to these different places, what would be your favorite cuisine in some of these places, or your favorite food? Let's get to know y'all a little bit.
Well, it's funny you should ask that because that is pretty much how we remember the cities and the venues we play. It's like, oh, that was the place that had the excellent buffet, or
That's
wait a
awesome.
minute, is that the place where we ordered the salad, but it didn't come with the oh no, it was a place where we had the excellent pizza. Like that's how we remember. That's the whole geography of our tours and our shows.
And that's not a bad thing. So okay, we're going to this city, we're going to get this. We're going to this city, we're going to get this.
Yeah.
This was not good this time. We'll try this time. And
yeah, we're in addition to a band of animal lovers, we're a band of foodies for sure. And
oh yeah,
the quickest way to piss us off or to appease us revolves around food. It's like, where's the snacks? What's in the green room? Is our rider here? What are we eating? When are we eating?
So basically, if we bring you to Conroe, just feed you.
Yeah.
feed well, because you have to remember
Feed
that
well.
Kirsten's a vegan, so you got to be careful what you feed him.
Yes.
You don't want to piss off a vegan.
no,
I'm kidding.
No.
Probably not.
I kid.
Uh-oh.
I'm no stranger
got
to
into
French
this.
fries.
People think that just because I grew up in the ghetto back in the 80s, I should walk around carrying a big old boom box on my shoulder. But I refuse to go with that stereotype.
Oh, jeez.
Well, actually, I did do that.
Did you really?
I did. I'm just I'd walk around, or I'd carry it in a duffel bag, and I would be playing with my tape cassettes, my Metallica, my Iron Maiden. Man, I was just like this cool, or at least in my mind, this cool.
Remember
like,
recording?
big
Recording your
cassette
favorite
boxes.
song? Your favorite
Oh, yeah.
song onto the
Remember
tape
when
for
you
the
had like
mixtape?
2 cassettes and you could like dub it, you know?
Yep.
Yep.
And of course, if the tape got cut, you had to get the pencil out. And,
Yep.
There.
Oh, those were the nightmare days.
mhm.
Yeah.
But you
And then,
could
of
have a
course-
decent tape because you could just record it off the radio
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of like buying a whole tape for 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah,
See,
remember
My
when,
problem was I would be sitting there all day waiting for the damn song that I wanted, and then I'd have
Yeah,
to go to the
remember
bathroom. I'd
the
come back, and then it would be playing.
But
I
you could
know.
record them.
you were there waiting for your song, and you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I can't go to the bathroom because I gotta wait for my song, and then there it is, I got it, you know.
So does anybody have a classic car?
No.
My classic. You probably are talking about my 2005 Toyota Matrix. I kid. I think that's a big NO.
No,
Got it.
who in the group? Stereotype as in style of stereo. I know, not my best dad joke.
Ah.
Come on, Anubis.
Ah.
You can give him better. Come on.
Come on.
Yep,
got it.
Anubis is definitely our dad joke person.
He is, and he's great at it.
And I have to say, sorry Amy isn't here. She has a show that she's actually doing at 7 p.m. tonight.
Mhm.
And she had viral laryngitis, and I think it's starting to come back.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well,
She has a
busy.
she's definitely a talker.
She is.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely.
if you weren't doing Iron Maidens, what would you be doing?
Mm.
Wanda, you wanna
Hard to
take
say.
that one first?
You know, I probably would have tried to audition for a major symphony, or maybe I would have joined in another band, or I don't know. It's hard to know or predict what could have been. You know, something else musically. I'm sure I'd be doing something else musically. How about you, Kirsten?
I know I'd be a black belt in karate. Not that I am anything in karate, but that's pretty fucking cool. And it's
I can
funny.
do
I think
karate if I walk through a spider web.
I think, I'm like, God, why didn't my parents, when I was a little kid, when it was really easy to absorb all this, like, why didn't they make me take karate so I could be like a, quadruple black belt by now? Why didn't they teach me like 2 other foreign languages? I would have just absorbed it. It would have been super easy. Why didn't they start me on guitar or drums like when I was 4 years old? So I could be one of these little phenom kids you see on YouTube, playing Rush and shit. No, but that's okay. Mom and Dad, you did all right. But really, if I wasn't in the Iron Maiden, doing the Iron Maidens right now, well, my next career move is going to be, I'm going to open up a cat cafe near where I live. It's going to be an actual cafe, a vegan cafe. I used to actually co-own a vegan bakery in Washington, D.C. called Sticky Fingers. So I do have some experience with that, but I want it to be a cat cafe too, where you can adopt cats. That's my plan B. Mm-hmm.
So what is that like? I mean, they're just running around and they can.
No, I mean, it's a thing now. It's a thing. Like, actually, I first discovered it when we were in New Zealand, but they're all over the U.S. They're all over the world. So a lot of these places, the cafe part is really very sort of for formality. You can come in, you get a cup of coffee and like a packaged cookie, and then you can play with the cats. But I want to do it where it's a bit more of a cafe setting. However, to comply with any health department edicts,
Mhm.
the cats have to be very separate from the kitchen area.
So they could have like a little playroom.
They have like one building, and you have to go into another door into like a cat playroom, essentially, if you want to play with the cats. It's
That's
cool.
awesome. So you said you
Yeah.
guys are both foodies. Well, your whole crew is foodies.
Yeah, the whole crew.
What is your
Right.
favorite food? Yeah, I
salad
think I
doesn't
won.
count.
There's only
Salad
one.
doesn't
I got-
count.
Wait, no, I got one
Salad
whole
does count.
category. It's called dessert.
Dessert.
So she's got a sweet tooth.
With a minor in fried. Dessert and fried. There you go.
Nice.
You're good.
Mhm.
So you got to come here during like Texas State Fair time. We have like deep fried Twinkies, deep fried pickles, deep fried Snickers. We have all sorts of deep
Wow.
fried stuff. Oreos
Speaking,
too, I think, are
speaking
deep
to my
fried.
heart,
Deep
girl.
fried, deep fried
Speaking
Oreos.
Speaking of
Lord.
food,
Miss
getting me
Wanda, what about
hungry
you?
again.
I don't know. I like trying. You know, I like as much as I like trying different things. I like simple things too. I still like grilled cheese and tomato sandwiches at Denny's.
Mhm.
You know, just I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I like. Usually I'll join Kirsten. Our thing is finding a really good vegan restaurant and taking pictures, and I'll send it to my brother, who's also, well, he's a vegetarian. And then when I go out with him, we go to vegan places and we take pictures and send them to Kirsten. So, yeah, it's a bit more of a challenge, I think, finding, well, not so much in California, but, you know, different places, it's a challenge finding vegan food that tastes really good. So, anyway.
I know they have them here, but it's like I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
closest thing I can even think of in
Yeah,
my
they
head
have
is like
they have
super
them here in
salad.
Houston.
Spyro.
Oh
Was
no,
that
you
the
know
name of that
what?
place?
I mean, like Burger King has, vegan burgers now. Like it's just so it's everywhere. It's so mainstream now.
So do you guys
Yeah.
cook too, or just enjoy the food? Well, some people are cooks. Like I'm a cook, but I'm not a recipe cook. I'm one of those that kind of I sprinkle, and my ancestors tell me when to stop. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what you guys. You guys said you're foodies. Are you cooks
I just
too,
cook
or
I just make basic things like sandwiches, and I'm a very basic cook. I don't really enjoy it very much. It's just kind of like, okay, well, I've got to make something type of deal.
And we go in there. I feel like a mad scientist when I'm in there. So nothing's
see,
ever
I
the
hate
same,
it.
but it's always good.
Well, see,
To
what's
me, it's
always
a
got
means.
me is
It's a necessary means to the end. I fucking hate
Yeah.
cooking.
you sit there and you cook for 45 minutes, you eat for 10 minutes, and then you have to clean up for 30 minutes. It's like,
Yeah, it's got this big mess.
See, what I do
Yeah.
though is I make big batches. So like I make fresh spaghetti sauce and I'll batch it and put it in the freezer and pull it out when we need it. And yeah, so I
That's the
overcook
smart
that
way to
way
do it.
it comes back.
Oh, it is. I think that works if you're cooking for more than a couple people, but I don't know. I mean,
There's two of us.
yeah, I've tried that before, and
But you
usually
guys travel a lot.
yeah, that we do. It's kind of like, oh, do we feel like having this again? And like, so now we'll usually only make enough for a couple meals or whatever. So
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
with your traveling schedules, how do you guys keep everything straight?
I apparently don't, as I don't really even know where we're playing or when.
Yeah,
Who's in
yeah.
charge of Who's in charge
Usually
of
I have a
keeping
calendar.
everything
I'm kind
straight?
of surprised. This is the first time I've ever not been on the not remembered an interview, but I don't think I was the contact for this one. I heard from somebody else, and the last reminder I got was like 3 or 4 days ago. That may as well have been forever ago, but I don't know.
But she
Well,
wouldn't
I mean,
change
there's
a
so
thing.
many.
Yeah.
There's so
Yep.
many things that have to happen for us to like play show, like especially if they're out of town shows. Well, every show it has to be advanced, meaning you have to find out all the information and the details ahead of time. And if it's a travel show, airfares have to be purchased. A rental van, has to be procured. So it's not like we're just like, oh, we're going to play a show this weekend. Like there's so many steps have gone into it well before. And then of course I got to put it in my Google Calendar. Otherwise I might not show up at the airport.
And we're leaving tomorrow too. So I think just right before a show, things get a little bit crazy. I still have to go pick up all our shirts.
Oh,
Oh,
our
wow.
merchandise.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Woo.
I think
what it
I
is.
think Elle had a question a minute ago.
So this question goes along with kind of what we were talking about who's the one that keeps it all together in the band, or who's the one who's like in charge of like everything.
We don't have anybody
It really-
who's in charge of everything. It's
Yeah.
a collaborative, effort where all 5 of us just kind of keep it rolling. And it's nice that we're all 5 because invariably somebody's going to forget something, or it's just good that there's 4 other people that kind of have your back a little bit. Like we all have different strengths, I think, and
Yeah.
it just works out. We have a booking agent that takes care of our all of our booking. If we do hire a tour manager, but I wouldn't say he's 100% in charge or anything. He
No.
he just kind of organizes it. And I would have to say that we don't really have a boss or one person in charge. It's really a group effort. That kind of
It really is.
yeah.
So basically, which I agree with, there's no I in team, and y'all really work as a team.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we don't have a manager. We're just the 5 girls, doing it with our booking agent, essentially. You
Yep.
know?
Homegrown operation.
That's
Yeah.
good though.
That's
Good.
That's definitely the best way. Anyway, I know our time's coming to an end here, but definitely want to thank y'all for being on the show. We enjoyed having y'all here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank
It's a
you for
special
inviting
treat.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you
Is
so
there-
much.
Is there anything that you'd like to let our listeners know? Any words of advice? Let's just stick with words of advice.
There you go.
Words of advice. All right. Make sure to cook your lentils thoroughly before you eat them.
That's a good one. I don't know. That one's kind of hard to beat, Kirsten.
Good thoughts.
I can top that.
I'm just a font of useful advice, clearly.
Anubis, that's good advice.
Just everybody be safe out there. Be cool. Be compassionate to everyone, animals, the earth, yourself. And
Especially-
check us out on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, the Iron Maidens official. Come to a show. Just be
Yes,
happy.
definitely.
And we're
especially
very
this
happy
time
to be
of
on
year.
your show. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
No, this is a pleasure. It's always an honor. I mean, we
Yes,
never
thank
forget
you.
for 1 minute. We're
Yeah,
a
thank
tribute
you.
band.
Thank you so
And,
much for being.
know,
No, thank
Well,
you
it's
for having
truly our
us.
pleasure. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for having
Yeah.
us.
And everyone, well, I know I'll be doing live interviews on Saturday at NerdCon, so you never know who's going to pop on our show with the guests that they have, and plus the vendors. So we will talk to y'all on Saturday. Until then, see y'all later.
Bye.